Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Conflict Resolution Leader Live. My name is Maddie Hoffman, and I am a Community Troop Support Manager up here in the North Region. Today, we're going to talk just about an overview of conflict resolution, ways that we can avoid conflict in our troops. If you do have conflicts, we'll talk about some steps that you can take to make that easier. And we'll talk about using I statements. So if you do have conflict between girls, they have ways to work through that communication. At Girl Scouts, we know our girls are members of diverse communities and are faced with unique challenges. They may seek guidance or support from their troop leaders or other volunteers, and we want to be sure that you're prepared. Since Girl Scouts has a focus on identifying community needs and creating positive change, it is important that you as a volunteer feel comfortable creating an environment where girls have the freedom and security to ask difficult questions and to talk about views and concerns in respectful ways. Some ways that we can avoid conflict in our troops. We have the troop and caregiver agreement form, and it's a great way to avoid conflict with parents and caregivers. The agreement goes over the expectations of the caregiver and the girl while they are involved with their Girl Scout troop. Some troops will have every parent and caregiver sign this form at the beginning of the Girl Scout year, so everyone is on the same page. We will provide this form for you in the comment section below so you can use it in your troop. A way to avoid conflict between girls in the troop is by doing a troop agreement. This can be a set of rules or expectations that you make together with the girls of how things should be handled in the troop. If a girl is being disrespectful and one of the rules everyone agreed on was to be respectful, you can bring the conversation back to the troop agreement to help ease that conflict. If you do come across a conflict in your troop, we do have some steps that you can follow to make that problem-solving issue easier. 1, bring all involved parties together to seek an understanding of each other's perspectives. You want to identify who the issue or situation is currently affecting or could affect, and allow each person to state their concerns without interruption. Always make sure that we're encouraging restating of concerns shared by others to make sure that we're checking for understanding. 2, identify options for a mutually satisfactory solution. We want to discuss ideas for resolving the situation so that all parties' needs are met, while the needs of the girls are still a priority. Then we want to agree on a solution. That's step 3. We want to set a timeline to ensure the solution is effective for all parties, and we want to make sure the girls are a part of that solution as well. Some things to consider when you're mediating a problem-solving issue. We want to maintain respectful, open communication with all parties throughout the problem-solving. And we want to remember that as a Girl Scout adult, you are modeling positive, responsible, and mature behavior for the girls. Circle back around to how the girls are representing the Girl Scout Promise and Law. You can ask the girls if they are following the Promise and Law when communicating with others. If you have younger girls, you can ask them, are we being honest and fair? Or you can say, that doesn't sound like we're being very friendly and helpful. It helps bring the girls back to being respectful of each other when a conflict occurs. Make sure that you're putting everything in writing. All parties should agree to the solution and the time frame, as well as what next steps will be taken if the solution doesn't become resolved. A great way for girls and adults to work through conflict is by using I statements. I statements can help you state your concerns, feelings, and needs in a manner that is easier for the listener to hear and understand. An I statement focuses on your own feelings and experiences. It does not focus on the perspective of what the other person has done or has failed to do. So basically, it's the difference between saying, I feel that I'm not being utilized in the service unit to the extent that others are. Or, you always let Marge work on the service unit events, but you never ask me if I'm interested. You can sort of tell that one of those is snippier than the other. So in conclusion, I statements help create more opportunities for the resolution of conflict by creating more opportunities for constructive dialogue about the true sources of conflict. If you ever have any issues within your troop that you feel that staff need to be aware of, you can always contact us. And some of those situations would include when the safety and well-being of girls and their parents or caregivers are at risk, if volunteers or community members are at risk, if the problem-solving attempts with parties directly involved were unsuccessful, or the initial issue or concern has escalated in seriousness or urgency. So you are always welcome to contact us. We're here to help you. And if you ever need anything, you can contact your CDM or your troop support manager. We thank you so much for being here tonight, and we hope that this will help you work through conflicts with your troop.